Hello, I'm Chylli from Chylli, also known as Chai, and we are back with more depersonalization. Gonna continue right where we left off here. You realize the candles are giving an exotic aroma, and your body begins to feel funny. Like an ice cream cone on a hot summer day, your body feels like it's melting down to kiss the ground. It's really something else, this candle. I wonder, how did they get it from Tonson in the first place? Anyway, it's mine now. The aroma dissipates as it snuffs out the candle flame. You now regain control of your body. What's this candle? Why was I paralyzed? The candle has a name, Meld. And if nobody has told you before, it was what made Tonson rich. The sweet scent it gives when burning makes fast sleepers and sweet dreamers. A shame that I didn't get to enjoy that heavenly experience. So why weren't you affected? The man points to his nose. I think the sewer stink just now whacked it. I can still smell dead rats. One says to search around the room after taking away the candle. A photo of a 6 or 7-year-old Winder and her father. Holding her daughter by the hand, the man looks paler than he should. A large floor plaque made of solid wood. Its awe-inspiring magnificence makes anyone who wants to touch it a second thought. Hammers, driven by the delicate coordination between gears, strike the gongs to articulate the right sounds. Dear Winder, insomnia wouldn't stop bothering me, albeit I'm writing you this letter at the dead of night. I only wish I could be there with you, but worry not, I now have with me the cure for your illness. I'll be on the train back soon. I eagerly look forward to reuniting with you on January 15th in the afternoon. This is not the first encyclopedia you've read, and although the collection of knowledge old and new, you feel your erudition expands by a little. These are expensive by the look. A shame I won't ever make good use of them. Don't think I can even get sick here. The girl is taking her undisturbed rest in the wheelchair. You decide to wake her up. I just can't remember the last time I talked to a lass without making her cry. Your time to shine, I guess. Go on. Alright. You take her arm and give it a gentle shake. The girl opens her eyes, a heartwarming smile appears on her face. I've been waiting for you. But within a second, her smile turns bitter. She seems to be taking in the fact that you're not the visitor she was expecting. You're not... Tears sliding across her cheeks. A sense of guilt seizes you, even though you've done nothing wrong. Yet your consciousness starts to doubt yourself. Could your trespassing here have been a mistake? Are you alright? My apologies. I've considered many possibilities of the meeting, but... May I have your name? She takes a moment to regain her composure, then sinks into quiet reminiscence. Finally, her lips move. Winder had a father by the name of Roland. The girl turns her face sideways. For a while she seems to have nothing more to say. You must forgive me. The memories I have in my mind, they're, in a way, intertwined. It's a web weaved with threads of the past and present, too intricate for me, tough one from the others. It's okay, I'm with you. Take your time if you need it. Thank you. This place is more than leaps and cycles, all of which I'm tired of. I may have lost track of many things, but I can still recall the incident that night. That night? Yes, distinctly. I remember it was the cloudy night of January 14th. I had a terrifying dream in which I found myself caught helplessly in an enormous spider web. While I was struggling, I saw a figure draped in a yellow robe and their hand leant out to me. I decided not to take the hand, however. It might ramp into an abrupt end the moment I turned down their aid. Baffled was I when I woke up and opened the window, only to find the streets empty of pedestrians and residents. You mean your family also vanished? The girl shakes her head feebly. I'm forevermore co-signed to this wheelchair, as you can see. And my father has been visiting every nook and cranny outside to find a cure for it. He was absent from the town when the disaster happened and thus saved from it. And strangely enough, the same disaster also kept my disease from worsening. The smile on her face was genuine. Has she overcome the loneliness of solitary and the confinement of disability and the monotonous days? These questions are beyond you. Excuse me for my prudence, but are you, by any chance, seeking to escape from the loop? Yes, do you happen to know the solution? I do have with me the exact remedy to your predicament. But the method would ask for unusual approaches, and therefore I have to once again seek and advance your forgiveness. That I cannot present it before I have your promise of its fulfillment. You have my word. Very well, I implore you to kill me, to obliterate my existence. What? To kill you? She shakes her head again, cutting short your question. Please, do not take my plea as the desperate cry of a cowardly spirit. It's not myself that I wish to deliver from the suffering. This solution is the result of my contemplation over the endless night. I seem to be the root of the phenomenon, if I'm not mistaken. That strange dream has come to me once again on a recent night, wherein I found myself inside a palace, surrounded by shadowy figures in their hazy presence. There I saw a restless turning cloud before me, in which the throng was anticipating the arrival of a certain someone. My soul was numbed and my voice silenced. At the end, I saw an expecting hand offered by the same figure in the same yellow robe. He spoke no word, but his intent was clear as day. That he was inviting me to leave the place together. And it was after this dreamy encounter I began to grasp a better understanding of all this. That the endless cycle of suffering could have ended long ago should I have taken that hand there. Though it's only my assumption, it's nevertheless a deliberate one. My death will content him. This is my solution, and yours. But death is no joke. You sure there's no other way? Excuse me, but I can hardly place myself out of the conversation. Now that you've chosen such an interesting topic... Oh, where are my manners? So allow me to introduce myself. Warren, your most reliable cleaner in town. At least, that was what I did for my last job, I think. But I do consider myself a perfect candidate for your offer. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Cleaner. I now entrust the task to you. With pleasure. Horn is taking his new task seriously. Did you decide to stop Horn? Winter, I understand what you're saying. But I believe there must be another way to solve the problem. I've seen your courage and determination, but we could have been walking the wrong path on this one. Now, Horn, can I have a few words with you? How do you want to stop me? No, I'm not. I just want to have a small talk so we can nail the details first. The fact that Horn hasn't demonstrated an ounce of empathy so far is making the problem worse. You need to take the initiative in the conversation. What Winder had was just her guess. She said it herself, remember? If we jump the gun, we might miss the chance to solve the real problem once and for all. We need more information to reach a conclusion. Dude, did that candle smell just whack your brain? You know what it's like to have your ass beamed by the same sunlight every morning in bed? Well, I do, because I'm trapped in this freaking place serving my life sentence. Bloodlust and rage flicker in Horn's eyes. You decide to convince him or let your fists do the talking? Let's beat the shit out of Horn. Why is my shit not equipped here? Oh right, my shit was unequipped because I had to take it off when I went through the sewer. Look, I understand you've been stuck here for a while. But look at you, I mean, together we just found a girl whom you haven't even been aware of all your time acting alone, and I've just been here for a couple of days. Doing the same thing every day is horribly boring, I know. But that doesn't mean you can't resort to others' help for an answer. Just how are you getting to the end of all this by yourself? It's not gonna work by a long shot. You know, I have a pair of eyes looking at the problem from a different angle, and I'll be glad if you choose to use them as well. Alright. I'm fine with trying new tricks as long as they don't ask me to jump through more hoops. Or rather, I don't mind skipping through some hoops to get what I want, just make sure they're not on fire. I'll keep working with you, I guess. Let's do some recollection to sort things out, shall we? What I need now is not a conclusion, but the details of what you saw or heard. And they're the key to the problem. Winder, you said you recall a disaster on the eve of the loop phenomenon. I believe that's the factor we need to look further into. Do you remember anything unusual on the day when the phenomenon started? I'll try to recall something, it's been so long. That Mr. Tonson, he was in some missionary's outfit when he left the manor. That guy's been wearing the same clothes since then. Anyway, in terms of unusual things that day, I have very few on my mind. Ryan had an inauguration ceremony which completely stole my attention. Apologies for the interruption there. Let's just get right back into it here. Sorry, I just had to check the time on my last recording there. Hey, hang on. It was on that day Ryan grew fangs and claws. The sheriff had come to me before the tragedy befell on him. He extended his aid to me, hoping to escort me out of the town and send away from danger. But I was still looking forward to Father's return and refused his help. Nevertheless, he reminded me to stay vigilant against Tonson. He told you to keep an eye on Tonson? The old man did mention he had a way out when we met the first day I was here. You know what he's referring to, Lorne? As if I'd give a damn. I've been tracking the weirdo. All he has up his sleeves is some drug that he uses to turn people into harmless sheep. And those less fortunate are turned into monsters. Anyway, I don't trust a word that weirdo said. And I don't know if it had anything to do with my detective work. The old man has been guarding his own home and keep everyone out all the time since then. I won't be surprised if he's really hiding something there. I see. Now that we cannot access Tonson's house, we may as well investigate where Ryan used to work. One's face lights up as he hears the name. Very good. I'll see you at the police station on East Street. I was just looking for some inspiration for my last gift to Tonson before I leave anyway. And a gentleman's promise is a promise, Winder. I'll see it fulfilled tomorrow night, even if the town is sunken into hell by then. I thought I could strike some sense into his mind. How come he's still after your life after all the reasoning? I truly appreciate your effort. But I was not lying when I pled I wish for my demise. I have a memorable life, and it's time to... The clock struck 12, midnight has descended. Seems my time is running short. I know I've asked much from you tonight, kind stranger. Still, if you would allow me my waywardness one last time. Sure, what do you need? Please, come here. Thank you. Her arms wrap around you. Once imbued a stranger whom she never expected to be reunited with. Then time starts to flow backward. You're getting accustomed to the loop. Everything around you feels familiar, and you distinctly recall the events of the previous loop's conclusion. Nothing can stop you from finding the source of this disaster. One second, I think I missed something here. I think there's some way you can actually get the candle there. I'm just double checking here. If I don't get it this time, then I can just go back to the autosave there. Alright, I don't think I can actually grab it here, so let's load back our save now. At this moment, you hear a painful cry from downstairs. What is it? Is Mary alright? Before you wake up... Oh, another guest. Are you hungry? I can prepare you some breakfast. A sigh escapes Mr. Tonson's lips as he shakes his head in pity. You have potential, Mary. You are the best of all. However, you still cannot ascend. It's truly disappointing. How dare you attempt to illuminate this hollow world by yourself? There's no time left for you to mature. Mr. Tonson lights a candle, its surface adorned with mysterious runes. This may displease her. But you've left me no choice. A complex, incomprehensible spell emanates from Mr. Tonson's mouth. A pair of malevolent eyes appears before him. Under the gaze of those eyes, Mary collapses to the ground, crying out in pain. Black tears stream from her eyes. That's the scene that greets you when you arrive. You try to intervene, but the strange fragrance from the lit candle clouds your senses, leaving you dizzy and disoriented. You struggle to distinguish reality from a dream. Your will to fight wanes, and it feels as though your soul is slipping away from your body to another place entirely. When you finally regain consciousness, you find yourself standing in front of a police station. You see Horn sleeping on the bench. He looks completely relaxed. What took you so long? He stretches out leisurely. Way too much files here. You don't really expect me to find anything useful, do you? Let's get out of here. You see a dozen names on the sheet, but all the handwriting is from the same person. The working hour starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 4 p.m. Don't these people have to work? The locked cell isolates a holding room. January 13th, 1920, 7:30 p.m. to January 13th, 1920, 7:54 p.m. Tonson Police Security Department, Pickman, Taylor, male, 23-year-old, residing at North 21st South Street. Why, sorry, number 21 South Street. We're detectives from the Security Department of Tonson Police. We're conducting this interrogation in accordance with the law. You are obliged to answer truthfully. I'll tell the truth, sir. What's your name? Age? Taylor, I'm 23. Where do you currently reside? Number 21 South Street. You understand why you're being detained? Yes, sir. I stole drugs. Anything else? No, just this one time. The only time. Otherwise, I've been working at the factory. Take a moment. Describe your actions between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on January 12th. On the 12th? Well, the factory closed early that day, so I got home around 5 p.m. Found my grandpa laid up in a bed, really sick he was. I spent the evening trying to find a doctor, but none would come to South Street. Didn't get back till late, around 10 p.m. Were you seeking medical help during that time? Yes. Were you aware of the gunpowder theft from the plant store? No, sir, I had no idea. I was already on leave when my grandpa fell ill. That's all for today. Anything else to add? Please, sir, take care of my grandpa. I'll do whatever it takes to make up for what I've done, sir. Your grandpa, according to forensics analysis, he passed away from illness prior to the theft. Huh, that's weird. How does that make sense? I swear by this heart that I will fulfill my duty to be diligent, modest, and lawful, to protect the innocent from injustice and the weak from oppression. If I break my oath, I will be punished to the fullest extent of the law, I solemnly swear. Here's a copy of the lottery bulletin that hasn't been posted yet. The winning numbers haven't been filled in yet. But on a side note, in the marketing column for the internal number, you see the winning numbers written out. I think I know why I've never won a prize. You glance at the numbers on the lottery ticket in your pocket and fill in the first column prize. You find the 1910 draft of the Social Security Act signed by Ryan. He advocates for the establishment of legal protection for children's rights and the implementation of family assistance programs for orphans, children from single-parent families, and children with incapacitated parents. The main argument is that children's mental and psychological health significantly influences societal development. By protecting the environment in which children grow up, the social environment would greatly improve and social problems would be minimalized. You also find an adoption application form, on which there is a list of orphans including Mary and Nana. However, there is only one final approved adoption application form dated 1914 from Mary, signed by Ryan. On the cover, it writes Tonson Town renovation proposal. You see numerous comments, each bearing the signature Tonson. The comments are mostly against the plan. Opposed to digging deep wells, if there's a shortage of water, we can build pipelines to bring it down from the hill. Against rebuilding South Street, the cost is too high, while keeping the current conflict will stabilize the town's structure. Opposed to building an orphanage, our town is already the biggest orphanage. Next to the proposal is a stack of checks. You decide to take them. The equipment looks very expensive. It seems it's very complicated to use. There's a sticky note below. Don't touch the buttons. Violations at your own risk. You've successfully activated the broadcast equipment and are now ready to insert the tape. You open the box next to it and find a full-of case featuring entertainment content such as music, talk shows, speeches, and various introductory talks on life skills and general knowledge. After searching for a while, you finally choose a tape labeled concert and insert it into the player. There's a neat stack of papers in a cabinet with an intricately patterned lock. The cabinet stands out as overly luxurious compared to the others, and its front holds a carved wooden plaque that reads Tonson Town tax. You're impressed by the cabinet's spotlessness. It appears to have been regularly cleaned. These are the tax returns of Tonson Town for the past few years. The largest export trade comes from Tonson Town's factory, which has made a huge fortune exporting scented candles called Meld. However, it's not Tonson himself who is the town's biggest taxpayer, as he enjoys a series of tax incentives. There are massive taxes on all the other types of factories, none of which you see listed for more than a year. No wonder the locals have to settle for working at Tonson's factory. God damn, that was the worst possible rule there. Due to a rare geological catastrophe, archival data predating 1890 is unavailable. In March 1890, an unusual geological disaster caused a landslide that buried extensive tracts of land and numerous residences. Over 90% of the town's population is either deceased or unaccounted for. In September 1899, the government initiated a land auction to raise funds for the town's reconstruction. In November 1901, Dunwich Town underwent replatting. Or replating? In June 1903, the reconstruction of Dunwich Town was completed. The first settlement on North Street was concurrently established. The town was renamed Tonson Town in recognition of Mr. Tonson's substantial contributions to rebuilding efforts. In August 1915, Tonson Town embarked on a renovation program aimed at expanding the town's infrastructure. The residential area was transformed into an industrial zone. Struggle. It was a hot topic. It's the heartbeat of our town today. Every one of us desires success. We desire a good life. We desire earning respect. But I ask you, how can you achieve the success you seek without putting in the effort and time to go above and beyond what others do? Countless people in this world struggle. There are those who work 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day. They work harder than us and they are smarter than us, yet not all who struggle get the chance to do so. Something truly worthwhile, something meaningful and fulfilling. So for Tonson to be built the way it is today, I think it's a blessing for us. For those of us who have practiced perseverance and grit. Think about those without jobs, whose stores might close tomorrow. Those who work hard go unnoticed. Compared to them, we are very fortunate. Here in Tonson Town, we are fortunate. We have secured our sustenance, we enjoy a good income, and we have the privilege to do something for others. That is our great blessing. Many people just dream of buying their parents a car or a house, and yes, that's important, but I urge you to have a broader vision. Imagine dedicating 30 years to Tonson Town, doing something you're passionate about, securing a better future for your children and for yourself. Isn't that great? That takes struggle. Alright, and then we have one more room here. You notice Horn digging through the drawers. You find a key in the messing clutter of papers. That seems like it's the cell key we needed. An old notebook sits on the desk, as if it's been waiting to be opened. Suitability is the top hiring criterion for civil servants here. I didn't expect to pass the test so easily. Now I can apply for government benefits and the kids will be better off. Geez, the welfare for civil servants is just incredible. There isn't much work and I have plenty of free time during the day. The only requirement is to be on call for the mayor. The neighborhood is getting worse and worse. There are lots of people who are abandoning their families and leaving town. Why would they do that? I'll never abandon the kids, no matter what. Those brutes deserve to die. Nana. Never should I have let her stay in my hellhole on South Street. I can't let Mary stay with those brutes any longer. The personnel transfer finally took effect today. I swear I'm gonna clean up every law and order problem in this town. The notebook is filled with Ryan's detailed case experiences. Each entry includes an analysis of the case, corrections, and reviews of his own mistakes. However, in 1918, the tone of the entries changes. It was the first time I saw Tonson that made me that furious. He blamed us for letting criminals break into his mansion despite our high salary. I offered to station myself at his house, but he refused. I don't understand him. Maybe the rich have their unique habits, but I'll definitely bring the criminal to justice. Following this, Ryan starts focusing on hunting a criminal named Horn. I followed a burglar from the Chylli store to South Street and finally caught him. I thought he was Horn's accomplice. I shouldn't have been angry. I shouldn't have been impatient. Why didn't I notice the face of a seriously ill old man? I failed to protect anything. I'm the one who killed him. You can tell he's been hit hard. You can feel his self-doubt between the lines and the powerlessness of his inability to protect anything. The following date entries are all blank, and so you hastily turn the pages. I found the people who left town. Tonson tricked us all. He turned people into monsters. The police has been bribed by Tonson, and the others don't believe me. I should move. I must not let the scene described in that book happen. I finally found those black seeds under the spring. We don't have much time. Mary, you must keep it safe. This is the only way to stop the disaster. I'll buy you some time. Has Ryan discovered the secret of the disaster and tried to stop Tonson? What exactly were the black seeds he found? Not bad. I found a lot of useful gear. I can't believe you've been looking for weapons. Yeah, everyone has their strengths. Information isn't mine. Come, look at this. Horn flips through the diary and his casual demeanor shifts as he reads. Wait, did I go to Tonson's house? I don't remember that. And what did Ryan give to Mary? I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Alright, detective, I'll leave the sleuthing to you. I'm going to prepare a big surprise for Tonson. Hold on, where do we meet if I find something? You're really into this, huh? Why not keep it simple and straightforward? How about this? Whether you find a clue or not. Meet me at the sewer entrance on South Street. I'll be waiting for you for 15 minutes at dusk. If you're late or don't show up, I'll handle it solo. He waves his hand and heads out. This is a heavy burglar-proof safe fitted with a mechanical lock that can only be opened with the corresponding key. Got a raid shield here. Whoa, we got a rifle now. Here are some case files and news reports. You pull out an old news report to read. This is a news report from 1914. The police apprehended 20 individuals involved in a recruitment fraud ring, implicating over $200,000. The police launched a thundering operation at 8 p.m. on XXXX, employing various strategies to actively pursue the fugitives and ultimately arrested 20 suspects. According to the suspects, they used high-paying, low-threshold job offers as bait to deceive victims into paying for pre-employment medical examinations. Those unable to provide identification were trafficked for substantial profits. The investigation revealed that most of the town's missing persons cases are related to this criminal organization. Whoa, we got brass knuckles here? Gonna take those, Just as you arrive at the corridor of the police station, you see Horn about to leave when he's blocked by a couple of spider monsters. Perfect timing to try out our new toy. There we go, that wasn't too bad at all. These things are getting tougher. Wanna play it safe? Should we move together? It's just a few spiders. I'm better off handling things solo than trying to watch each other's backs. Forget it, there's no need to force it. By the way, how do these monsters follow us? Go home. Take care of Grandpa. So that was obviously the guy from that report there. Tonson police authorized personnel only. The bulletin board displays various penalties. There's a new addition. If unable to pay the fine, offenders have the option to work in Tonson's factory as an alternative to imprisonment. Nancy, forgive me. Forgive this fool. You tell him the message behind the photo frame. So this is what happened. Nancy was the Minnie of my life. I wish to present to her my finest work. But all my pieces had been no match to her beauty. And I didn't want to give up, so I kept trying and trying. But the more I wrote, the less confidence I had in my work. They were all failures. And when I finally stopped creating, Nancy was nowhere to be found. It's all my fault. You happen to recognize this work? Of course, I wrote it after an opera with Nancy. I don't think I can ever forget the eureka moment at the house. He takes out his harmonica and starts playing. You have now memorized the tune. You can play it when you have the instrument. And we got a new trait now. Ah, so it's been written in the first place. My finest work. In the end, he disappears before your eyes. A black seed lies on the ground, silent and still. The signpost indicates that the north leads to Silent Cliff, while the east leads to the worker homes. Thank you. This is the song I've been waiting for. But they cannot be here anymore. For an old man like me, the greatest fear is not death, but losing my friends. My sons and I expected to look after each other forever. Once the radio starts playing, we jump to the square and talk about the good old days. I know I'm dying. Thank you for talking to me. In the end, he disappears before your eyes. A black seed lies on the ground, silent and still. Let him have this lucky ticket. He discreetly slipped the winning lottery ticket into his pocket and then affixed the notice to the machine. Upon seeing the notice, a glimmer of hope flickers in the man's eyes as he eagerly compares the numbers on his tickets to those listed. Disappointment washes over him as none match, frustration beginning to overtake him. Just as he starts to lose control, you gently remind him of the other ticket in his pocket. With a mix of surprise and disbelief, he retrieves it. I won! I won! I can't believe it! I won! He repeats the words, his voice escalating in intensity as if teetering on the brink of madness. I can pay off my debts! And I can get a decent house with the money I have left. He continues murmuring his future plans, yet his figure begins to fade away. In the end, he disappears before your eyes. A black seed lies on the ground, silent and still. We are seed collecting. When you enter the hotel, the scene before you is horrifying. Black smoke fills the air and there's an abomination with countless tentacles and a giant head behind the counter. Its blue tears mixed with the oozing liquid from its body, creating a disturbing sight. The creature reaches for cooking tools on the counter with its slippery tentacles, leaving a trail of blue liquid behind. The shock of the scene leaves your mind blank for a moment. As you gather your wits, a disturbing realization dawns on you. Mary, is that you? What happened to you? The creature emits an aura of unspeakable horror. Are you going to attack her? And there we go, your victory defeated the Defiler. The black smoke dissipates, revealing Mary kneeling on the ground, tears silently streaming down her face. Black tears stream from her eyes, you can feel her sadness. Unsure of what to say, you recall her joyful expression when receiving thanks from others. Mary, thank you. You made the best stew I ever had. You gave me a truly unforgettable memory. You liked it? Can you feel it? Yes, I can feel it. You always strive to care for others. That's truly honorable. Thank you, really. Ryan always loved chickpeas and beef stew. It gave him strength, and I wanted him to enjoy mine. And I adored flowers, but not ones with heavy fragrances. So I prepared tulips for her every day. Tyler's home was too damp, detrimental to his health. I arranged a separate room for his father. They all helped me when I was in need, so I wanted to repay their kindness. But they're all gone. Are they disappointed? Did I do something wrong? You're at a loss for words. Lies won't serve her, not even the kindest ones. She deserves the truth, but that truth could push her further into despair. After deliberating for a moment, you choose your words carefully. I don't know, Mary. The truth remains elusive. But for me, you've brought warmth to this peculiar place. Upon hearing your words, a glimmer of hope flickers in Mary's eyes. After a brief pause, she rises from her position. It's getting late. I need to buy ingredients for dinner. It's going to be delightful, I promise. Alright, let's see where to go now. What's this? Your attention is abruptly diverted as a white beast approaches. His scarlet eyes are devoid of any reason. As the crazed white beast blocks your path, you make a decision to attack. Yep, this is Ryan. Wow, that was so easy. You defeat Ryan, his figure disappears in front of your eyes. A black seed lies on the ground, silent and still. This mansion belongs to Tonson. You look at its grand heavy steel gate, but can't do anything about it. Anyway, we are running out of time, so that's where I'm gonna end it for this video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time when we continue with more depersonalization. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!